Welcome to the Gin Weekly Update for Friday, November 6th, 2015. I'm Joel Yeast. This Tuesday, November 10th, join us for a very special gin conference call as Troy McLean and Blaine Athor discuss new gin benefits, new incentives, and so much more. Align with our collective energy and join us this Tuesday night, the 10th of November. You can check your email for dial-in information. We have announced the date and location of our next gin event. Have you heard? We will see you in Cancun, Mexico, March 4th through the 6th for our leadership retreat. Join us at the luxurious Moon Palace Golf and Spa Resort. Again, it's the 2016 Leadership Retreat. We're so excited for this next event and cannot wait to see you there. Make your decision to join us today. Are you participating in the Share Gin bonus program? I spoke about this last week. When you share this club with others, then they also can be on a path to have, be, and do everything that they want, just like you. Plus, we reward you for every member that you bring into this club. We have all the details on the Share Gin bonus program on the website, all those details. But what if you don't know how to share gin? Or what if you're a little shy? Or you don't know what to say? Well, that's when you look to your leaders. Blaine Athor has developed a brand new membership overview video that is available on the website. So you can use that as the perfect and literal plug and play system. You can hold your own membership overview meetings and use that video as a way to share gin. And you can follow the lead set by many of your fellow gin members. And they all have their own style, don't they? Don and Melinda Boyer, they recruit through personal motivation. Bob Shantz, he's a living example of our training. Bruno Kurzel, he follows a classic template. Stephen Schmidt successfully recruits on a monthly basis, as does Gin France member Gaten Duchesne. Someone like Brian Baschnagel and Tess Kim, they were so successful in starting and sharing gin because they plugged into the system. And you're sure to develop your own style, but it starts with the gin training. And it starts with the 8-step pattern for success. And it starts with your attitude. See, when your attitude is right, many of you just finished my sentence for me, didn't you? For those of you who are new, I'll continue. When your attitude is right, the facts don't count. Take, for example, John and Michelle Hines. Hi, guys. When I first met John and Michelle Hines, they didn't know me from anybody. I was just a gin employee. They just talked to me and wanted to get to know me. They invited me out to dinner with their close group of friends. They treated me like family. Thank you for that. Invite people in. Invite them into your personal inner circle. Get to know people. Think of all the possibilities. You'll meet new and interesting people from all around the world. That's a good thing, right? How great is it to talk about your friends from all over the world? You get to speak of your friend Greg Rhodes from Melbourne, or Jean-Luc and Aline from the south of France, or Doug Ross in British Columbia. Personally, I like to take the approach of the Pat Notes. You know the Pat Notes, where family is everything and everyone is family. Why do you think that Blaine Athor and Chris McGarrahan are such great friends? They live 3,000 miles apart because they made a connection. And they have like-mindedness that's unlike any other. See, if you do have questions about the Share Gin bonus program, we're here. I've said it before. We have the best member support team in the world. Send us an email. support@globalinformationnetwork.com. Again, support@globalinformationnetwork.com. I got a great message this week from James Denomi. We spoke for a while at Family Reunion in Orlando. Well, James has sent me an email, and he put out the intention to take the Level 5 exam in March. and he wants to recruit more members and grow this club. If you're like James, great job. Good job, James. We really appreciate that. And all of you, keep up the great work. We'll see you in Cancun. I spoke last week, briefly, about our Gin Adventures trips. Think about how traveling with this club has given you that chance to grow and discover new cultures. Well, last week, I spoke about opening yourself up to new experiences. And when we do, we discover more and grow more, and we want more out of life. So again, explore the possibilities of gin adventures. It's not just Peru. There's exciting gin adventures in Costa Rica, ancient Egypt, Iceland, East Africa. There's also cruises, Tahiti, Bermuda, all over the place. Log on to the Gin website for more information about gin adventures. Look for the 2015 Family Reunion Recap. It's on the website right now. There you're going to be able to find a breakdown of what happened, plus photos of all your friends, videos, and audio capturing this event. It's a great way to relive and be reminded of the special moments from your weekend. Plus you can share it with others who hadn't been there. You can also view and download your red carpet photos. Also, for a more comprehensive look at Family Reunion, the November Gin Report is available on the website right now. Don't miss out. Gin brothers and sisters were very excited to announce that the Jin Saturday Training is back. This is exclusive training by our leader and mentor, Troy McLean. Look beyond the obvious and join Troy on Saturday, November 14th in Salt Lake City. That's next weekend. Do not hesitate. Space is very limited. Join Troy McLean for superior training and leadership. Like I said, there is limited availability, so sign up right now. You're so lucky, he said. What? You're lucky. I wish I was you. Well, I didn't feel lucky. Not at first. And certainly not when he said it. See, I was 20 years old, and I was back at home in Iowa for the summer, working. I was in college, and I had 3 jobs. I didn't feel lucky. One of the jobs I had was working at my mom's restaurant, and that's where this young man, who was younger than I was, said it. Jason Counts was his name. He worked for my mom, and he looked at me and he said, "You're so lucky." Well, why do you think that? Why do you think that I'm lucky? Because you have the job that I want. You work on the air at the local radio station, right? You're a DJ. Well, that was true. I was working on the air at a local radio station as a DJ. Weekend, overnights. It was a job that I had left over from before I left town, before I went to school. It was when I was in high school. I followed a dream. I loved entertaining, and I loved music, and I loved radio. I grew up on radio. I was a senior in high school, and I decided to take a chance. I rang the bell at my local radio station, and I asked for a job. See, it took a lot of nerve to do that. And the program director liked my attitude. So after a rough audition, he gave me a chance. Overnights, midnight to 6 a.m. every Saturday morning. And he let me keep that job every year that I came home for the summer. And while I loved it, I was starting to take it a little bit for granted. Yes, it was a dream, but it was also difficult to work 3 jobs. One at a radio station, one at my mom's restaurant, and then, of course, the 3rd job was working concrete construction for my uncle. So I didn't feel lucky. No, you're lucky. You get to work at the radio station, you get to do your dream job. Well, he was right. I asked for this, right? I wanted this, right? But I wasn't living in the moment. I wanted more. And that's a good thing, right? But I wasn't being grateful for what I had. He kept asking questions. How did you get that job? How did I get that job? Well, I asked for it. Literally, I went to that radio station and I asked for the job I wanted. It was really that simple, and yet not. Because I'd thought about working there for years. I used to practice being on the radio as a kid. I took classes on public speaking and learned how to be comfortable in front of an audience. But also, I wanted it, and I worked for it. And I didn't get it, though, until I applied for the job and I asked for it. So there is luck when you make it. Luck favors the prepared mind, right? See, if you're in a lifeboat and you're stranded at sea, luck is not floating adrift waiting to be rescued. Luck is looking for a ship or land on the horizon. Luck is knowing which way you need to paddle your way to a goal. Luck is hard work, and then you get lucky. Then it pays off. See, it all seems so simple now. In hindsight, I wanted it, I dreamed it, and then I worked to get it. I didn't just sit around waiting for it to happen. In using the law of attraction, 90% of the word attraction is action. The next school year was my last, so I stayed in Chicago. And guess who took over working at that job? Jason. That kid took action, and he realized that a dream is not out of his hands. He just has to go out and find it. Are you lucky? Are you doing what you can to create your own luck? Think about that. Our basic book quote for this week is from The Magic of Believing by Claude M. Bristol. Success is a matter of never ceasing application. You must work at it diligently. Otherwise, it takes wings and flies away. That's our weekly update for this Friday, November 6th, 2015. I will see you next week.